Peace and blessings to you all. My name is Lester Young. I'm a transformational coach, speaker, and author, where I help individuals turn their setbacks into comebacks by changing their mindset, their behavior choices, which brings about a transformation in their lives. I want to talk about re-entry, relating to those who are returning home from prison after serving a certain amount of time, and they're returning back to their family, their society, and the community. What are some of the things I think the individual who's returning home from prison is still in denial about? But I'm sharing this video for the loved ones to pay attention to some of these things to help your loved one in their transition, to help them be as productive and successful as they possibly can. I served a total of 22 years in South Carolina prison. I went to prison at the age of 19 years old, and I was released at the age of 41. And I remember the day I walked out of prison. I walked out of prison with a yellow envelope with some certificates, notebooks, and a mesh bag with some journals, about some of my journals, a few letters that I had with me, and that's all I walked out of prison. And my prison ID card was the only things that I walked out of prison with. And I remember in the first 48 hours of me being released from prison, it was like I was walking on needles. You know, I was excited, but then I was nervously excited, if that makes sense to someone. I was nervously excited that I was free, but then I was afraid. There was a level of fear that I did not really get an opportunity to enjoy the moment, just out of fear of, I had to report to my parole officer. When you're in South Carolina, you have to report within 20 to 48 hours after you're being released from prison. So I didn't get a chance to make it that day because of, the traveling. And when I got to my parole officers, to the parole office, I missed it. So that just added, that night, that my first day, I just added more stress to me. You know what I'm saying? So when people ask me, like, what was that first day like? My first day out of prison was full with anxiety. I was excited to be home, but then I was nervous because I didn't know what. It's like I dreamed about my freedom, but I didn't know how I was going to move about with that freedom. I didn't know, because for so long, a lot of my choices was taken. In prison, your choices are basically taken from you. You have very limited choices in prison. And here it is now, I'm free in this world, and everyone's asking me, like, hey, what do you want to eat? What you want to do? It was so many questions coming to me, asking me about what I want to do, where I want to go and get some shoes, where I want to get some clothes, what do I like? And it was like, it was so overwhelming for me. I like tried to smile through it all, but really it was like going off of my head. I was like nervous and panicking because it was too much. It was too much to be asked, what do you want to eat, when for so long I really didn't have a choice in what I ate in prison. It was overwhelming for me to be asked, what do I want to wear, what kind of shoes I like, when I've been only wearing one kind of brand tennis shoes. So I found myself like in a store really looking for that same kind of shoes that I had in prison to just simplify my choices. I found myself looking for a certain kind of shorts. It was just simplifying, and people my loved ones didn't understand it at the time. But when a person walk out of prison, they can use their families can overwhelm them with choices. And the individual, like myself, we're not able to articulate this feeling because it's new to us. It's new that we're excited, but deep down we're not really excited because we don't know what the hell is going on. We don't know what's going on, but we're excited. So I just wanted the tip for the day is as your loved one transitioning home from prison, take the time to check in on them. Like, make sure that they're okay. Don't try your best for the first couple months of their re-entering back into society, into their family. Try to limit their choices. Like, don't overwhelm them with 1,000 choices, because the choices that you have, you're accustomed to that, For most, when they're walking out of prison, they know, they don't really know. They're trying to like fake it until they make it. They're just winging it. But it can be overwhelming emotionally, and not only overwhelming, it can be emotionally exhausting to just overwhelm your loved one with a bunch of choices. Last story, to show you again that for so long in prison, I knew exactly what we ate in prison. To this day, I mean, if they haven't changed the prison menu, I think I can tell you what we're going to have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? But I remember walking out of prison with some friends, some mentors, and we went into a Popeye's chicken to order some food. And, yes, I have been in Popeye's before, but it's been 22 years. So the menu to me, it looked completely foreign because I looked at the menu, but I really didn't know what I wanted in this menu. Going back again to choices, I was overwhelmed with the choices. And I remember standing in the line and I told this young lady, she was like, what do you, she said, how could I help you? What do you want? And I was like, I'm just still in awe at the menu. And I just told her, I said, I have whatever the person before me had. So she rung it up. The mentor paid her. And I remember going to the soda, to get something to drink. And you all know the soda machines had over 30 different flavors of soda. And all I've been drinking in a prison kitchen or cafeteria was unsweetened tea or water. So here it is, I'm walking up to this machine, and then the machine, it's touch screen, it's like buttons. And I remember standing there in a state of panic, like inside, I didn't show it. I don't think I showed it, but in a way I did. But inside, I was like so nervous. I was having a nervous breakdown, I felt, because of the choices of selections. And I'm standing at this soda machine and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what button to push or whatever the case may have been. It took me a couple of minutes, and this young lady at the counter, she was like, sir, could I help you? She said, you look like something's wrong. And I didn't want her to tell her, I just got out of prison. I don't know how to operate this machine. So I remember just hitting a button, and whatever flavor came out of that soda machine, out of that fountain of soda, I remember just sticking my cup in there, and I just got whatever it was, and I just drunk it, right? So the point is, going back again to when individuals come home, don't overload them with choices. Take your time as you reintegrate your loved one back into society. Take the time to help them narrow down their choices so they don't get overwhelmed. For me, it was I shut down a lot for a period. For the first couple of weeks of me being released, I shut down, because it was so much. But stay tuned. Go to pathtoredemption.org. Subscribe to my newsletter and get the notifications for the next time I will share a video. You can go to my YouTube channel, Path to Redemption. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be sharing these videos, these stories, so that you can maybe help your loved one out in their transition back into society so that they can be as productive as they possibly can. Again, go to pathtoredemption.org, to my website, subscribe to my newsletter, and then go to Path to Redemption YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get notifications for the next video. You guys have a blessed day. Peace.